Have you immigrated to the United States within the last several years and you're finding it difficult to succeed financially? Well, we have some great tips here for you. You might find that the financial system in your home country is quite a bit different. I interview a friend of mine from the Dominican Republic and he compares what it was like in his home country to the United States when it comes to all kinds of financial issues. I think you'll learn a lot from this video. Please watch it. Also, if you're a financial professional and you want to serve those in the immigrant community well, you'll want to watch this too. If you're an insurance agent, financial planner, financial advisor, an accountant, a banker, you're going to want to watch this video too because this will help you serve them much better. Hello, I'm Kent Irwin, financial life coach and YouTuber. I'm thrilled to have a conversation today with Yerinson Pineda to discuss the financial challenges that Latinos face when they come to the United States. While immigration is a complex topic, we're not going to get into the complexities of that, but we're going to get into the complexities of a lot of important issues when it comes to navigating the financial system in the United States. We thought it would be really helpful to do so. Our goal is twofold. One, we want to help financial professionals like financial planners, bankers, CPAs, whoever deals with people when it comes to their finances or financial products or services. But we also want to provide valuable insight, information, and tips for Latinos that are adjusting to the financial system in the United States. I met Yerinson through a mutual friend and was immediately impressed by him. We also collaborated on a financial class that we offered teens this past summer. So we got to know each other, and then we started brainstorming about shooting a video like this that we thought would be helpful for a lot of people. Yerinson, before we dive into some of the challenges, why don't you tell me a little bit about your professional background, your family, tell us a little bit about your country of origin, and just some information I think would be interesting for our listeners to know a little bit more about you.
Yeah, Ken, hi, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me on these conversations. My background, I come from Dominican Republic. I raised there. I come from a middle class family. My father is a middle class accountant. And I was fortunate enough to have a good life there, to go to a good university. My father gave me all the tools and resources that I need to be successful. So that was one of the reasons I came to this country. Since I have everything there, I feel deeply like I need a change. I need to get something on my own path. And in 2018, I moved to the United States.
So you wanted to venture out on your own and
be
your own man, venture out on your own path. So
I graduated from college. I got a bachelor degree in accounting and audit.
Okay.
From a university there, a private university there.
Nice.
And then I started to work on KPMG. Before I was there like a 2.5 years, and I was on a path to be successful there. I have everything. I was young. I'm making, probably good money. Not a lot of money, but for my age, it was good money.
You're on the path to be an associate or a partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and the correct path I was, but I feel like that was attached to my parents, to my father, all that, and I feel like I couldn't fail. He gave me everything to be successful. I feel I couldn't fail and I wanted more. In 2018, I decided to move against all my family desired.
Okay.
And I moved to the United States 2018 with my biological mom here.
Now, did you work for KPMG in the Dominican Republic?
In the Dominican Republic.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, there. When I moved in 2018, it was 6 years ago. Okay. I started from scratch again. I feel like if I say that I have a bad times here when I moved with my moms, I feel like I'm being respectful to all the Latinos that struggle here when they move from their home country to the United States. Because when I move here, I have a roof with my mom. Yeah. However, for me, I was started again because I left behind the path that I was on track there.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing you say is it was very secure.
Yes.
And you were set in a really good situation, and it was starting over.
Starting over.
When you came here.
I came here and I worked for Amazon in the warehouse. That was my first job. It was that.
An Amazon warehouse. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was my first job. It was a part-time job.
Okay.
Actually, I have a contract job, but it was before that. But it was like a week, just a week. But Amazon was part-time job, and then I worked for USPS, the postal service. I was lucky because that was for a short time. Yeah. Then I moved here April 2018, but in January 2019, I got my first opportunity in a public accounting firm.
Oh, nice.
Carried and Immigrants, the names of the public accounting firm, and they gave me my first opportunity. Frank Mason's, one of the partners of there, gave me that opportunity, and they treat me as a family. I learned English actually there because it was worse than today. Yeah. It's bad, but it was worse.
So was accounting and finance was that your first love, or did you have something that you would have wished you would have done?
I was in Dominican Republic. That's a baseball country.
Okay.
And that was my first love, baseball. I had, like I say, a lot of opportunity, a path to be successful, but I wanted to be a professional baseball. Yeah. My family, all the time, my father, my brother, sister were telling me that they were worried because probably I would turn crazy or something like that if I don't get it. But at some points, all the teens were telling me that I don't have the high to be
at the very top level. Yeah. But you accomplished a lot in professional baseball.
Yeah. Then I decided, like when I turned 18, I decided to quit and just go directly to the university.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
It sounds good. Well, tell me a little bit about you have a family?
Yes, I'm married. Mm-hmm. I have a almost 10 years old daughter, and my beautiful daughter. We are only 3, and now we have a new member, our puppy, Coco.
Okay. Well, I've met your daughter. She's a very sweet young lady.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yerinson, a few months ago when we were talking over coffee at a local coffee shop, you mentioned to me how difficult it is for Latinos that have immigrated to the country to adjust to the financial system here. I had no idea it was so hard. And you explained to me how difficult it was. I had no idea it was that hard to navigate. I just figured things were kind of similar from one country to the other. Yeah. I figured it was just maybe a language adjustment. So it was quite interesting. That's why we wanted to shoot this video. Can you tell us what makes it so complex for immigrants coming into our country?
Yes, when I moved here to United States in 2018, I was, looking for jobs, receiving a lot of advice from Latino community to get a job, to how to handle finance. But personal finance was another passions that I have. And then I knew a lot at that moment when I moved to United States. I have read a lot of books about personal finance, and I realized Latino, they give you advice, in a good sense. They want to be nice.
Yeah, they want to be helpful
to you. However, sometimes those advice, there are misconceptions, are not correct advice, are not good. But that's the Latino belief because someone else told them that.
Right.
So I was investigating about that, about Latinos, and then Latinos here. And it's not just the lack of the struggle in finance. It's not just for Latino here in the United States. I think for all citizens and Americans here have that problems. But however, Latinos is deeper challenge for Latinos here.
It's more intense.
It's more intense.
What would you say are the top things, the top challenges?
Yeah, the first is understanding the financial systems. Here is a complex system. In our home country, Latinos, we are, for example, we only have like a saving checking accounts, CDs, loans, and that. But here you have a lot of instruments, more like investment instruments that we don't know in our country. We don't get exposed there. When you come here, you start working, you don't learn about those stuff. Somebody else is giving you a lot of different advice, but that's
one of the top things.
That's one of the top things. Another thing is building credit. Building credit. There is a lot of misconceptions there.
Just bullet point to me what the top 7 or 8 things are.
I think I come up with 7 to 8 issues that Latino or challenge that Latino have here when they move from home country to United States. Is one of them is understanding the first one, understanding the financial system, building credit, access to financial service, consumerism culture. In the United States.
Yeah, it's really strong here.
That's really strong. That's the first one, I think.
So I'm up to 4. What's the 5th one?
Employment challenge.
Because it's more expensive to live here, or just getting a good job, that kind of thing?
It's you're getting a good job, I think. Because there are employment, but sometimes Latinos have others status on their home country. When move here, they lower and they don't think they can get a better job. you
Okay.
know?
What's the sixth thing?
Remittance.
Remittance? What does that mean?
Means our culture. When we move to the United States, the money that we are making here is not our money. It's our parents, brother, sister, cousin,
That's
neighbor
how you look
money.
at
Yes.
That's a culture shift from
Yes.
that most Americans live.
Yes.
The way most people live.
Another one is one of the most important, financial literacy.
Okay.
Even here in the United States, but in our country, in school, we don't have like a financial literacy.
Yeah.
We learn from our parents learn from their parents.
Yep.
With the struggles.
Yep.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's a problem that I think
Yeah.
we have here, but it's frustrated because our system's much more complex too, it
Yes.
sounds like. So that's 7. So what would the 8th one be?
Cultural difference
Okay.
are also a factor seen from my country. Have different money management philosophy.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Thanks for giving us, such a great list. That's a lot of information now. Let's get into a little bit more detail on some of these because they're real interesting. I want to pull the string on these.
Yes.
So you said understanding the financial system is a challenge for a lot of people. Tell me a little bit more what that means.
We often find U.S. systems complex because in our country we are accustomed to just checking, saving, CDs, loan,
Okay.
and all that. We don't have a market system like here, an investment system, a stock market. We don't have that, bond market.
Okay.
We don't have that system. The investment that we make in Latinos is when you are creating a business, when you are starting a business,
Okay.
probably real estate.
Okay.
Those are the investment that we make.
Okay. Banking, it sounds like it's more simple.
It's more simple. I guess it's still here simple, I think, but if you don't have it in your country, it's more difficult to.
Okay, interesting. The second thing you mentioned is building credit.
Yeah.
Building a good credit history, a good credit rating. Why is that? Tell me why that is difficult.
It's difficult because all the misconceptions that Latino have
Okay.
about building credit. When we move here, that's something, the bad advice that we receive. The first thing that you hear when you move is like, you have to have debt here.
So
It's
go into
necessary.
debt. Let's build up a
going
credit
into
rating.
debt. Going to debt to build your credit is like you have to have credit debt, auto loans, mortgage, personal loans. If you are paying all those loans in times,
Yep.
you are building good credit. And that's unfortunately wrong misconceptions because you can build credit with a credit card, with a simple credit card and paying all your bills on time. However, that's unfortunate for Latino. That mindset, misconception about credit is holding us.
Because they end up with too much debt and they might get behind on it and then it hurts their credit rating when they were trying to improve
The
it.
credit, exactly.
So
When
like
trying to prove it.
So what you were saying is just having steady employment, a good income, paying your bills on time, and do very small loans and pay them off each month.
Yes.
That's the best way. That
That's
avoids
the
you
best
from
way.
getting in trouble.
You can build a good credit with a credit card, using your spending, your monthly spending to a credit card, but paying monthly.
Yep, pay it off each month.
Pay it off each month. Don't try to like a little there because that gonna build your credit. That's wrong.
Yep. Well, we all know what happens when you carry a balance on credit cards.
Yeah, that's the worst debt. Something interesting that you can't believe. The interest is from 22 to 29%.
Yeah.
In our country, at least in my country, 3 or 4, 5 years ago, in Dominican Republic, it was 60%.
60%?
60%.
Wow.
And then they make a load,
Yep.
a bill, they pass a bill to load that to 30%.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good. But still, 30% still pretty high.
It's high.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize those differences. I can really see how that could be barriers to succeeding financially.
Yeah.
Number 3 on your list is access to financial services. What do you mean by access?
It's the language barrier. I believe nowadays there is a lot of banks, a lot of institutions, they have bilingual customer service.
Okay.
In most of the branch or bank and credit unions, you're gonna have somebody that speaks Spanish. There is an option to speak in Spanish. However, even for those people that speak English, when it comes to go to a financial service, because of the lack of financial literacy, they probably get scared to expose to the system.
And if they don't know the terminology,
Exactly.
it
They
could
don't
get
know.
a little confusing.
Confusing. The terminology, it get confused. Usually people don't want to get exposed.
Yeah, it's
What
embarrassing.
Latinos do is rely in other persons, in our friends,
Yeah.
in a family member. But what happens when you rely on someone else is you're relying on that person mindset.
Yeah, their mindset,
that person believe,
their limitations.
their limitations, what they know. Probably that person will give you advice, but not the correct advice. And even it's the correct advice, but it's not the advice that you need at that moment.
And they're not developing the knowledge on their own either. If they're
No, we
Latino,
we don't develop like the knowledge ourselves. We don't have that mindset to learn about finance.
Interesting. The fourth thing on your list, that's a big category. It's basically adjusting to this consumer culture that we have in America.
Yep.
Is it stronger here than in Dominican Republic and some other Latin countries?
Absolutely, 100%.
Really?
100%, yeah, I can say. However, these times we have a shorter gap now. With social media and all that, our country, especially my country, Dominican Republic, we are socially, our culture is very, very attached to USA culture. It's very attached.
Interesting.
And then when Latinos come to this country, consumerism is really, really bad. I think it's the first things, it's the first problems that we face. Because it's everything easy. You can get auto loans easy, credit card debts easy, everything is easy. And also when you come here culturally, your mindset, you have like to show that your decision to come here was a good decision.
Oh,
and then you have to show that you are living a good life to your peers.
When they see you on social media and send pictures home.
Exactly. And that's culturally, that's a disastrous. That's something really, really bad. We have that mindset. We live like in credit card debts.
Yep.
We need to have a mortgage immediately since we move here. If you are renting, you are wasting your money. Nice car.
Yeah.
All that stuff. That's terrible. Even with the easy way to shop, online shopping.
Yep.
It's easy to swap your credit card, and then receive your package at your home. It's really demanding.
So you touched on status symbols as a big pressure. What are some of the other consumer culture factors?
The other challenge that we face, part of that, I mentioned, keep up with trends. Look at the new phone technology. You have to have a watch, all that. The status symbol purchase. You have to show to our friends, family that you're having a good life here. Even if you are not having, you can show that. Also, holiday spending is a very big problem. Important too. Culturally, we receive and give gifts to our family.
Oh, so gift giving is really important in your culture.
It's really important, like in Christmas, family. But what made that a problem is that everybody expect that they're gonna receive a gift, or you're gonna receive also a gift. And then when holiday comes, you don't talk about your financial struggling with your family. You don't talk about that. And then you receive a gift and you feel the pressure to return that gift. So we don't have like that open mindset to say, I can give you a gift because I can afford it. I can afford it right now.
There's a stigma.
Yeah, it's a stigma. Another one is sales and discounts. For example, Black Friday. Black Monday here. People used to buy on those days even if you don't have the money. You put it toward your credit card because it's opportunity.
Right.
But what everybody should know is that if you are spending an item cost is 100 and is a discount, 75% discount, and the cost is $25. If you don't need it, it's $25 spent. No, you don't save 75.
Right.
You don't save.
You don't have the $75 over there.
You don't save it. So that's not bad. If you prepare for those moments, that's good.
Yeah.
If you plan it, but usually people don't plan that.
Yeah. Interesting. When you were talking about holidays, but there's also a holiday that a lot of Latinos celebrate.
Yep.
And is that expensive too? Tell me about that.
Yeah, our biggest holiday is Christmas. In our country, we don't celebrate like Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But we celebrate Christmas. But what happened when we moved to the United States, we celebrate both.
Okay.
Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the holidays here, and we still celebrate the holidays from our country. So it's a bit overwhelming. Quinceañeras, that is when your daughter turns 15.
Okay.
Here is a celebration when turns 16. In Latinos country is less, 15 years.
Okay.
And that's a tradition that we celebrate that party for our daughters.
Okay.
In the past, every daughter wants that party. I'm not sure about now. They want other things.
Okay.
Because the culture is transforming. It's changing.
But it is a big gift.
It still is something that if your daughter asks for that, you have to do it. Okay. No matter what, you have to do it. No matter what.
And
if you don't have money, it doesn't matter.
Is that gift expectation there too?
It's a party to tell the society that your daughter is another phase of their life. It's something. It's something beautiful.
Sure.
But I think it's more beautiful if you prepare for that financially.
That's really good. When we were going down that list of 8 things, you mentioned that employment challenges are really big for Latinos. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, employment is a challenge because Latino needs to make money immediately, almost immediately, when they move here, because usually everybody behind a family, wife, husband, children, all the family they left behind, and they need a job immediately. Then all the expenses here is you get whatever job. The first job that probably you were a doctor in your country or you were a lawyer, but now you are working USPS like myself or something like that. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it's not the job that you prepare for.
Because a lot of the credentials don't transfer.
Yes, some of them don't transfer. However, 2024 now and this century, the moment that we are living now with the technology, all that, I believe that shouldn't be a barrier, and that depends of the persons, what the person wants. People usually comes here and they got that job and they get used to that job and they stay there because they don't believe their credential or they don't believe that they can improve from there.
Yep.
But nowadays you have Udemy, you have Coursera, those are online platforms that you can get certification.
Oh, good.
Cybersecurity certification, data analyst certifications, all the technology.
So it's a little easier now.
I think it's easier. If you want to do it, you can do it.
Okay.
You can do it in 1 month, 2 months. You pay monthly. You can go as fast as you want.
Okay.
And once you got that certifications, you don't need like a college degree.
There are
high pay. Yeah, you can get a high paying salary with those certifications. So I think that's something that we need to show Latinos, that there are more opportunities.
I wanted to understand remittances a little bit more. You said earlier the remittance is very common with a lot of other cultures.
Yeah.
So you're expected to help other family members abroad. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. The remittance is a challenge because culturally we need to provide to the family that we left behind.
Okay.
Like I said before, the money that you are making here is not only your money. It's your parents, your siblings, your cousins, your neighbor money.
That's the way you look at it.
That's the way that you like it. You have to help everybody. Even you feel guilty if somebody comes to you, like Latinos say, you're in America, it's easier for you or something like that.
Yeah.
The people will leave behind don't understand that we are making earning money, but we are spending in dollars.
Yeah.
Culturally, that's difficult to change, and that's something also that I believe a whole Latinos to break the cycle of financial struggle cycle, because you have to split your money, you have to send money even if you are struggling here. You have to support your parents, support your siblings, support your cousins, and that's something that I believe that need to change, or at least Latino need to learn how to budget that.
How to budget it, manage it a little bit better.
How to manage a little bit better, and also make your family understand that you are in a process.
So it's managing expectations?
Yes.
In a little bit different way. So you're trying to still love them that way, but at the same time, you're still trying to manage things well. Yeah.
Exactly. You love your family, but it's difficult to say no.
Yeah.
Especially to your parents or something. Yeah. It's not your cousin that is asking for money, or your sibling, is your parent that is asking for money for the other member of the family.
For their brothers or sisters.
For brother, sister, the other children's.
Yeah.
I believe that's difficult. I believe that part is very important to learn how to get financial freedom here in this country.
Interesting. The seventh bullet point you touched on at the beginning was financial literacy as being a big issue. And that's something you care a lot about for not only your family, but also you try to help other Latinos in that. So tell me a little bit about how the financial literacy is different and how you're trying to help others.
Yes, financial literacy is really a big gap here. We need to make a path to teach Latino community about financial literacy, and that is my passion. That is what I wanted to do. That I want to do is to help others, is to help Latinos understand that there is a way to manage their money, a good way to handle it. That is not difficult. It's something easy. Latino believe like an investment is just for those guys with suit and ties on Wall Street, but that's not true. That's not investment. You can do investment like transferring money to your saving account. It's the same process. But that process Latinos don't know or don't believe that they can do it. And that's what I say the lack of financial literacy, even the basic budgeting, savings. Culturally, we don't have that mindset to save for the future. Also, I can go back to what I say about your family culturally. Parents give everything to their children because they are expecting when they can't work anymore, their children will support them.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We don't have that culturally, that saving mindset because we think our children is our retirement.
Oh, interesting. Do you have a social security system in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, we have a social security system, but it's different from here. Completely different. It's not the same.
It wouldn't be enough to provide somebody for retirement.
Absolutely. It's not.
Very
it's
minimal.
very far from being enough. It's nothing.
We're like 40 or 50% of people in America, that is their sole retirement income. That's not the case in the Dominican Republic.
No, that's not the case in Dominican Republic. It's even if you got, not a lot of people got the chance to retire through the system, but that benefit in my country is not enough. It's something that is nothing practically.
So you want to have a lot of children.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's actually true. Now in changing, if I say something otherwise, I'm not telling the truth. Now we are having less children, like in the entire world. Like we are having less children because we feel we are more prepared. We don't have that mindset. But in the past, recently past 20 years ago, 30, it was like that mindset. You have to have a lot of children because you don't know which one will take care of you when you get older. That's the phrase.
The culture's gradually changing on that.
The culture is gradually changing. That's true. And I can say something. The best advice that I can give, like to parents, is like the best inheritance that parents can leave or give to their children is to be financially independent themselves. What is that? I can give you an example. If you grow up and you take care of yourself and you have financial freedom, you are financially independent. When you can't work anymore and you don't rely on your children, you are fine, good. Your children can concentrate on themselves to build their own pilot, their own security, their own money. They don't have to worry about their parents. And I think that's the best inheritance that parents can give their children. Because when you decide to give everything, even for the education of your children, for example, if you give everything, you goes into debt to send your children to the university, and culturally that is really important. You send your children to college, but you goes into debt and you don't have money to retirement, anything else, and you rely on your children. What happens? Your children will be professional, but in their path, they have to take care of their own family. And their parents, and it's more difficult to get financial freedoms. That's not a cycle that I think we have to break. If we change that mindset a little bit, that mindset we're gonna be better. Parents need to understand that they are first, but when they put themselves first, actually they're putting their children first because their children will be fine. The children will not gonna think about them on the future.
Interesting. I really appreciate you, Yerinson, for going through all these things. In summary, what would you recommend Latinos do to be better at all these things that we talked about?
The first things that they can do, I think, is educate themselves. We have to educate our community about financial literacy, the importance of financial literacy, the change and the culture that we have to make. They can do it. As Latino community, we can do it. We can be financially successful here. I think it's easier than Latino things. I always say there are 5 pillars to personal finance that we need to learn. At least we need to become aware of that. If our money mindset, the first one, we change our money mindset about money. Even sometimes Latino think having money is bad. Yeah, that's something that we have in our mindsets. A lot of Latino have that if you are rich, you are a bad person. I don't know why. But the second one is managing their money. After you change your money mindset and you learn how to manage your money, it doesn't matter how much you are making. If you are making $30,000 a year or $300,000 a year, you have to manage your money properly.
Meaning like budgeting and managing your expenses?
Exactly. That means budgeting, your expenses, savings, investments, live below your means.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. And also the third one is making money. Making money is when I put one of the pillars because, like I mentioned before, there's a lot of opportunity to make more money here.
Okay.
You only have to build a business, something like that. There is a lot of credentials that you can get. Credentials that can get you six-figure salary job.
A lot of opportunity.
A lot of opportunity. The fourth is spending money. And I put the spending money there because we need to learn how to spend our money. We need to change to spend money on the things that make us happy, really happy. We think that when we purchase something, a new home, an auto, something like that, a funds, that's the thing that make us happy, and that's not really the things. You need to find out what that means, what rich means to you, even is to send money to your parents, to your family. If that's what makes you happy, you have to work to fit on your finance, on your personal finance. The last one is putting in autopilot everything that I say. Your money mindset, managing money, making money, spending money. And when I say putting in autopilot, you don't have to be budgeting everything. You can manage your money bi-weekly or monthly. Yeah. If you put everything in autopilot, like pay your bill from autopilot, transferring to saving accounts automatically, transferring to investment account automatically. Actually, you don't have to do a lot of effort to manage your money.
Yeah.
I think that's the 5 things that I tell Latinos to learn.
The 5 pillars.
The 5 pillars.
Okay.
Correct.
What were they? So it was
your money mindset, managing your money, making more money,
okay,
spending habit,
okay,
and putting in autopilot everything.
So as many things as you can have on automatic deduction, do that.
Yes, actually everything. I can say even grocery.
Yeah.
because you can buy online or something like that. It's automatically. Home delivery in automatically. Yeah, and if you put everything in autopilot, put your goal to build your emergency fund. You have to have an emergency. The credit card is not emergency fund. We think that credit card is emergency fund, but you need to have a 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Debt is not a necessity. Absolutely, debt here. We need to change that mindset. In this country, you don't need to be in debt to be successful or to get something. That's a lie. That's not true.
What would you tell the financial community, the bankers, the insurance agents, the financial planners, the investment people, financial coaches like myself? What could we do to help Latinos adjust better and succeed better with finances?
Need to understand our culture first.
Okay.
Things like I mentioned, like we have the mindset to help our siblings, the family that we left behind. That's very difficult to take away from our mindset. Yeah. If you learn how to handle it and you teach and you advise the Latino community around that, you can help them better.
Okay.
It's like understand their mindset, our Latino mindset, and also understand the difficulties that we are having here, that we need to settle down here. We are in another country that we don't sometimes, I can say, don't feel like a completely home or something because they have their heart in their home country. And that's one of the things that financial advisor, especially that, is understand Latino mindset.
That's interesting. Yeah, I remember when I was at a stewardship role at a church. It was a large church of like 8,000. And I was coaching people from a lot of different cultures. And we had over 140 countries represented where people were their home country. The remittances was one of the big ones. Yeah. I didn't even know about that. And I ran into that a lot. And that's the difficult one to work through. But also, too, the attraction of having a really nice new car. A lot of times there's a lot of pressure on that. But all these tips were excellent. I really appreciate you, Yerinson, sharing all this information with us today. That's fantastic. Thank you for pouring your heart out and thank you for what you do in the Latino community to help others. I love how you coach others and how you put things out on LinkedIn and you're growing your influence that way to help others. That's really cool.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. It was a pleasure for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you so much for listening. This was a little bit longer video, but hopefully you find it really informative and helpful. And I wish you the best. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much, and we're signing off. Have a great day.